The party
Guys,
was lame
here,
to me.
Scary.
The Ari.
Okay, this is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so to make sure to check us out there and all that good stuff. Like and subscribe. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my co-host and sister, Vetta.
Hi, guys.
Hey, you. How you doing?
Good.
I'm good. Oh, good. All right. Now, on this episode, you guys, we're changing things up a tiny bit for this season. And for this month, we did, Vetta and I both went on trips separately with our family. Well, you went just with your husband. I went on a camping trip. And we stayed in a cabin, and we were out in the woods and everything. And I liked it, except for the fact that it was super freaking hot. So the movie I have chosen is The Great Outdoors. And I don't know about you, Vetta, but I love this movie. John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, they're great.
I love this so much because I'm not even joking. Like, we take vacations where we go stay in the northern woods of like Wisconsin and Minnesota, and we drive into northern Michigan and stuff like that. And we stay in cabins like they did. I don't do the like tent or RV camping.
Ew.
Right. So we do the cabin camping, but yeah, the whole time I'm like, this is legit.
For sure. Yeah, no, we stayed in a cabin. There was no way I was staying in a friggin' RV or a tent. A tent is not even kind of an option. Okay.
No.
So, before we get started on this review, you guys, we are going to ask the most important question of the night, and that is, what are you drinking? Vetta, we'll start with you.
I am
HB4 Beauty.
Yeah. The staple of every time I go anywhere where they say camping or outdoors, I have Monaco. I have what one is this one? Lime Crush. And normally I grab 2 or 3 4-packs of this.
Nice.
Monaco
sponsor us. We're
Right?
loyal customers. I'm not only a customer,
And we can be paid
a member.
Alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, we will. We would happily. We have an addiction. Okay, to Monaco's. All right.
Yeah.
I am not drinking a Monaco though, but I am drinking a martini because in the movie, when they tell their bear story, they're drinking martinis and everything.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, that's great. I don't need an excuse to drink a martini, but since I got one, you know what I'm saying?
Why not?
And it is delicious. Okay. I put like 4 extra olives in it.
Gross.
So good. Oh my God.
Oh,
Don't
now you have a snack too. You're eating on the pod. I get yelled at when I eat on the pod, but look at you.
You're the
stuffing your face
co-host.
with
I am stuffing my. You're the co-host, and I wasn't stuffing my face. It was one tiny olive, and I recovered right away, jerk. Okay.
That's what she said.
Yeah. And then I banged her. Okay. So, The Great Outdoors, it's vacation time for outdoorsy Chicago man Chet Ripley, along with his wife Connie, and their 2 kids, Buck and Ben. Great names. But a serene weekend of fishing at a Wisconsin lakeside cabin gets trashed and crashed by Connie's obnoxious brother-in-law, Roman Craig. Ew! His wife, Kate, and the couple's 2 daughters. As the excursion wears on, the Ripleys find themselves at odds with the stuffy Craig family. Now, we're going to get into this movie, Vetta, but I just have to say, this might be a hot take, but I found the Craigs kind of lovely. I'm not going to lie. Granted, he tried to con him in the end, but he was he made him lobster tail. He rented a boat.
These families, because I'm not going to name names, but we have an aunt and uncle.
Oh my God, I was going to say that. It reminded me of them, but yeah.
And they loved camping, and we would
Yeah.
always go to visit them at their campgrounds, and it was always like that where the peasants had to go in the tents. Maybe that's why I don't like camping in tents. I don't know, but
maybe.
yeah, like that's why I love this whole thing, because it brings back like childhood memories. And at the end when they're
Or
bickering, I'm
childhood
like,
traumas, you mean?
right, yeah, there's that too. Right, because when they're at the end bickering, I'm like, I think I've seen this argument. I think I've heard this argument.
So true. All right, so let's get into this movie. Okay, so it starts off where they get to their
Well,
cabin.
they're singing in the car, like
Yeah, that
the
yakety
family
yak
in
song.
unison.
Which I just want to say, I was all like, you guys, like love this song, like hardcore, because the one kid's playing the saxophone part,
Yep.
and I was like, I don't know this song that way or well. Where I was like, there was a saxophone part. I just know the yakety yak part,
Right, and I want to know: is it just this song, or have they been this entire way through Wisconsin?
Right?
Because my whole thing is, how far up north in Wisconsin did they go? Are they like, because I mean, if they went to like the Wisconsin Dells, that's like 3 hours from Chicago. If they went up to like Door County or further, that's like 6+ hours.
I don't even know what you're saying right now.
I know.
I lived in one spot in Wisconsin. It was a nightmare. Okay, so they get to their cabin, and I just want to say real quick, before we get to this what we're talking about it, their cabin is so nice. Okay, it is like
Huge.
it's like, yeah, it's huge. And later on, what's his face, Roman, he goes and he's like, yeah, you spent a pretty penny. And I'm like, if he bought that cabin, yes, he did. I'm sorry, that cabin.
I just get the impression that they reserved a cabin for 4, and this is just what they had available, so they put him in it. Because when they're driving up and the guy's sitting on the hood, he goes, you guys got lucky. We had a fishing group in there until yesterday, and then they caught their limit and they left early. So
that you make a great point there.
Which is good, because I think if they would have been in just like a 2 or 3 bedroom cabin, Roman's family couldn't have stayed with them. There wouldn't have been room.
Yeah, you make a great point there. All right, let's get to this scene. Okay, so we get this scene where, like you said, there was a fishing crew in this cabin beforehand, right? And so they're finding fish everywhere, but they're having to clean this cabin, which I immediately was like, refund. I would get a refund, or at least a little bit of my money back.
Okay, so I won't lie to you. When we go up north in Wisconsin and we stay at resorts that have cabins, it is part of your like renting agreement that at the end of it, you clean it.
Yes, or you have to pay like a fee to have
an additional fee. So my whole thing is if I were them, I would have been going back and going, hey, your previous people didn't clean this. So then they could charge the previous people and maybe I mean, it's a movie. They're not going to do anything, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. And I just want to say that this was written by Howard Hughes, and he's great.
Gold.
Yeah, gold. Yeah, he's
everything
really,
the man.
Or John Hughes. John Hughes, not Howard Hughes.
Ooh,
but you know what?
That should be a short.
It should be a short. Maybe. Okay, maybe later. Okay. I didn't pronounce it wrong though. Anyways, so Howard Hughes was a person. Okay, so so we get Connie and Chet here talking and everything, and Chet is being like, I just have to say right now, Chet, he's a bigger guy right here, but I found him so charming in this scene that I was like, Chet, or should I say John Candy, I'd fuck ya. Like in this scene, I was like, you are so charming right now.
He has sent the kids out. He is wanting his vacation set.
He's playing the long game on this vacation. He is like, I'm gonna get me some of this, and you know what I'm saying? And he plays the long game. But he's so
like, this is vacation sex. I need to get on this now.
Yeah. And he's so charming that I was just like, oh my goodness. Like I'm like, yes, please.
I'm like, I'd fall for those lines.
Exactly. So while they're like, you know, schmoozing and being so cute and everything, I thought this was so cute. I love how he cracks his hands before he like
cracks his knuckles.
Yeah. I just want to say right now, I have a twin brother. You have a brother.
I have 3 brothers.
Well, you know which one I'm talking about. My brother Marlon is talented when it comes to take off a bra. He can literally do it just like like within like boom, he's got it. He's got your
he's
bra
like
off.
Joey from Friends.
Oh, he is so good at it, dude. Have him just like, dude. I've seen him do it so many times. He's so good. Okay. Anyways, so he undoes the bra, and while he's doing this, the Roman family, and this is Connie's sister Kate, right?
Yeah.
And this is her husband Roman, and this is their 2 twin daughters, which
Mara and
Kara and Mara.
Kara
which
and Mara.
I'm all like, oh, what if like they didn't like their kids? What fucking assholes rhyming their names?
They're redheads. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
I mean that's true. They don't have souls. Okay, so they come in, and then I don't know about you, but he starts recording them. I felt like this was an assault. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, and it's got the 1980s like
oh my god, gosh,
recorder.
Yeah,
so
and
much.
he thinks they just think it's so funny. And I'm all like, this is not funny, you guys. This is not funny at all. I would be pissed. And the thing is, Connie, her sister Kate, I would never let this happen to you if this was my like spouse. I'd be like,
no, I have a lot of problems with Roman and his affection for his wife's sister.
Oh, yeah, when he kisses her later, we have to talk about that, because I was like, inappropriate, Roman. You are an inappropriate person. Money does not buy you the ability to be inappropriate. Okay, so they come in, and he's all like, turn it off and everything. He's trying to, and he's all like, ha ha ha, got you on the camera and everything.
He's like, Smokey's brother horny.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I'm all like, your jokes aren't funny. This isn't that instance. This isn't that moment where you get to be funny and everything.
Yeah, I love the bear story because there are just so many parts of it that I'm like, that doesn't make sense, but we'll go with it. Sure, why not? Like, he's like, his teeth were blood stained from his last victim. And I'm like, how often are your teeth blood stained? I go,
Exactly.
I don't know if that's legit. And then he's like, and then at the end, when everyone's mad at him because he throws like the smoke bomb or whatever in the fireplace,
I thought it was just liquor.
I don't know what it was, but yeah, I was like, that's good. That's a good way to end the story. And then he's like, he's like, what? So I made the fangs a little bigger. Any reference, like, this tells you how, like, this movie isn't as old as I remembered it being, because he references Freddy Krueger in this. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this isn't as old as I thought it was, because I remember seeing it as a kid. So, I mean, not that I didn't see Freddy Krueger as a kid, but I saw that in theaters. So I was like super confused on that. But I love the bear story. I love that he has made the bear bald.
Yeah, because he shot it with a shotgun and it grazed over the top of his head. Yep. I also wanted to bring up, because you're right, I did. You guys, real quick, we're using clips from YouTube for this episode, for those of us listening on Spotify and everything. Sorry, I had to get clips from YouTube because my computer was being weird. Anyways. So, okay. So, and I also, because we had talked about the lobster tails a little bit beforehand. So,
yes.
So Chet was going to make hot dogs, and then Roman's all like, it's just lips and assholes and everything. And he was making fun of him, but Chet I'm all like,
well, I guess I'm just I guess I'm just an asshole guy, which I'm like, wait, what?
Aren't we all? You know what I'm saying?
and then Roman goes, well, if I had lips like these, and then he kissed his
Connie,
he kisses Connie, his wife's sister.
Again, Roman, inappropriate. If somebody,
I mean, would you kiss your twin sister or your twin brother's wife like that?
No, if I did, it would be on the cheek, and even then, it's kind of weird. I would just give her a hug, if anything. I'm just like,
he kisses her on the lips for like way too long.
Dude, we are on the same boat. Like, as soon as he did, I was like, I would be pissed if I.
But you can see the little twitch in his wife's face, Kate's, where she's like.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody says anything. Even for the 80s, which this came out in, I was like, that's inappropriate. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care who you are. And his wife doesn't get mad. Kate doesn't get mad. I'm like, if I'm sorry, but if you kissed another man on the lips like that, wouldn't Ryan be like, yo, Vetta, we need to have a talk?
Oh, like, I'm pretty sure my elbow would be ripped out of socket as my arms being ripped away.
You don't just get to kiss another person's spouse and it's okay. Like, I'm all like, what's going on here? And everybody's okay with it, except for they're not, but they don't want to say anything because they're nice. And I'm like, don't be nice. What?
They don't want to wreck the family vibe of the first day of vacation, which I'm like, if you're going to wreck it, do it now. So they'll leave now and you can try to salvage it.
Exactly. That's the time to do it. Not at the the very end when you come clean with all your bullshit. Okay.
After they tell the story,
Oh, yeah,
Roman
yeah, yeah.
hears Chet in talking to Ben about how this was just a story. He over exaggerated it.
My God, so
Someday he's going to tell stories to his kids. It's
Mhm.
fine. And Roman goes into his girls who look like
Oh my God.
psychopaths laying in that bed.
They do, with their curly red hair. And the thing is, you don't want to be mean to children, but Jesus Christ,
They
ladies, come
look
on.
like they're laying in caskets.
Yeah, they
They're in bed.
on their like sleepy time pillows, whatever the fuck those were.
Right. It's just absurd. And then he tries to tell him, don't worry, I'm in the house if there's a bear, blah, blah, blah. But then he tells them a scarier story from his childhood. And he tells just enough to freak you out, like no detail.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, there was a guy that escaped from a insane asylum. He chopped some families' heads off or whatever. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I'm all like,
my uncle told me that story, and that really happened. So you really shouldn't be concerned with Uncle Chet's. And I'm going, no, they just now all night get to invent the details of your story.
Yes. All right. So then we get to this, and I did like this part right here for a couple of reasons. Okay, so he's on the phone and he's trying to get a hold of this guy to give him
a priest.
A priest. Oh, by the way, I've done this before. You cut your nose hair. I love the face he makes there. Anyways, okay, so while he's doing this, his daughters is watching while they eat celery. How many times have you done this? Just sat and watched somebody eat celery? Yeah, exactly.
Breakfast.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. When I was younger, I thought this was string cheese, but now that I'm older, I'm like, no, it's celery. Interesting because it crunches.
Cheese makes more sense.
Yeah.
But then they're biting it and not pulling it apart, which then plays into their psychopath.
Yeah, exactly. When you're a child, you pull it apart. When you're an adult, you bite into it. Anyways, yes. Okay, so they're sitting here, and I love when he's all like, why don't our daughters look at me the way that Chet's kids look at him? And I'm all like, well, right now they're looking at your hairy ass. It's like two cheeks, lots of crud. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you should and how do you not know your daughters are there? Like whenever I'm in the bathroom after a shower, I close the door. I'm all like, I don't want somebody watching me, especially my children. So, and she's all like, whatever and everything. So then
maybe you should spend some time with them.
Yeah, exactly. So she's, washing her hair and stuff and everything.
And he immediately tells her to shut up because the guy gets on the phone, and I'm like,
yeah. He's such a like I get why he is the way he is, like how he's supposed to be betrayed, but at the same time, I'm all like, you're still a douche and everything. Okay, so one thing I also forgot to say while they're eating lobster tails, Uncle Roman, he says he's gonna get, because they want to get Chet wants to get a pontoon boat. Pontoon boats are great and everything, but Roman wants to get a speedboat, and his boys are like, yeah, speedboat. So then they get a speedboat and they're in it and everything, and this youngest son, what is his name, Betta?
Ben is the youngest. Buck is the teenager.
Okay, so Ben, Buck, he decides he wants to go around the town and check stuff out and everything. Buck is so adorable. Look at that cute face. He's so baby faced. I love it. Anyways, I'd fuck him.
He looks like he is the perfect example of an 80s movie heartthrob. For sure.
Yeah, he is adorable. Yeah,
right?
he's a twink. Look at him. Anyway, yeah. So all right, so he's like, hey, let me go walk around and everything. He's like, all right, fine.
He wants to go and look at the local ladies.
Yeah, he does, which we're going to talk about the local lady. Anyways, so then he lets him go, but then we get this scene where he's all like, he's in a speedboat, which I just want to say right now, listen, I am no genius when it comes to boats, but Chet is definitely an idiot when it comes to this stuff, because he's like, you got it in neutral. And I'm like, yeah, I'm assuming it's kind of like a car, like it's got different gears and stuff, so everything. So then he's like, all right, I got it. And he blasts the thing forward and lands up on the concrete and everything. And of course,
the boat ramp. Yeah,
on the boat ramp. He's laughing at him and everything. And I'm all like,
everyone's laughing at him.
yeah, because he's a big old moron, right?
Yeah.
So then it hops over. Hold on,
then he's trying to teach Ben, the young son, lessons on skiing.
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember.
Hold on a second. Vetta, you can't talk over the ads because then I have to fucking edit that out. Okay.
Sorry.
So next time, could you hold off for like 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Now I have to fucking edit this shit out.
You're welcome.
Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, so he's trying to teach Ben some, basics to skiing. Do you remember doing this as a kid? Because again, our aunt and uncle that I was talking about earlier also lived on a lake and owned a boat.
And I don't remember getting lessons like this for skiing.
No. And I definitely don't ever remember getting lessons while I was standing on a dock.
Exactly.
I remember being in the water.
And I just want to say, I did not need the instructions of just let go of the rope if something goes wrong. Trust me, I would have let go of the rope. Like I would know.
Which Chet forgets to do.
Exactly. So there's some miscommunication here, and they think Chet is gonna go, and then they get on, they floor it, right?
Right.
And of course, Chet, he is all up in the water, and his
son's yelling, "Let go of the rope!"
Right, and everything. And these guys up in the boat, they think he's just doing so good. They're like, "Look at him, he's awesome."
Yeah, they think he's spectacular, and they think he wants to go faster. And they're hitting all the jumps and obstacles, so he looks like a rock star.
Yeah, he's doing the twirly twirls, and he's letting off the horn. He's all like, "Get out of the way, we're rocking it out," and everything. And then finally he lands, and he is all 10 shades of pissed, and tired and everything. And that was the beginning of the end for
like
them.
When they get home, he's ready to leave. He wants to pack his shit.
Yeah, he wants to pack up and he wants to get out of there, right? Because he's like, fuck this noise. Roman's an asshole. I don't have to pay $1,000 for this bullshit. So Connie's all talking him down from a ledge.
Yes, and she mentions that this is great. Come on downstairs. Roman's making a goat cheese pizza, and then they'll go over to the lodge, which he gets upset, and she won't say any more about the goat, but I love goat cheese.
Right on. Yeah. I love goat cheese also. I don't get it. I mean, and he's a fat guy. He should love goat cheese. He should love any cheese. You know what I'm saying?
He should just be excited that the word pizza was involved.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm all like, why are you all getting mad?
Right?
Or like not mad, but he's all like,
is he lactose intolerant or something? Like what's happening?
Yeah. So and then they go to this old man's like birthday party.
His birthday party, because he's what, like 107 or something?
Yeah, I thought 109, but I can't remember.
Could be. Yeah. But my thing is, this is what's confusing about this. He's the oldest living man in Canada, but they're in Wisconsin, and there's no quick way to get to Canada, I don't think, from Wisconsin. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time or the last. But anyways, the old guy dies on the drive over.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
he dies on the ride over, but the lodge guy, what the heck is his name? Wally.
Yeah, Wally. Yep.
He forgets, or he doesn't tell anyone, and he just wheels the guy in. And Chet tells the little girls to give the guy a kiss on the cheek. And right as he does, Wally's all, he died. Or Chet's like, what old man doesn't love a little girl giving him kisses on the cheek? And he goes, a dead one. These children's reaction was very legit. They run screaming.
Yeah.
Screaming. And Chet runs after him going, wash your hands.
Yeah, right. So then we get this scene right here.
The bear dump scene.
The bear dump. So then he takes the kids, Ben and then the twins, to this bear dump. But the twins are asleep, right? And it says clearly, do not feed the bears. Yeah.
Which everyone should follow that rule. Anywhere.
Yeah. Even if it wasn't a bear dump, you don't feed wild animals. What is wrong with people? And they're like, they're just like, Chet is trying so hard here. And I'm like, Chet, you don't need to try this hard.
And then he's got shitty candy bars.
Yeah, a Clark bar. I know, right? Chet, listen, why don't you splurge a little bit? Maybe Roman's right. Just a little bit. Splurge on a like a baby Ruth. Or maybe like a
Or a
Snickers.
Snickers.
Maybe
Yeah.
Snickers. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good Snickers? Or if you want to get really nice and fun, Reese cups. So delicious.
Mm,
Yeah. So good. So good.
yeah.
Everybody loves Reese cup, even bears. Okay.
Right? It's peanut butter. Who doesn't love peanut butter?
Exactly. Especially when you put it on your balls. Anyways, okay. So that was a joke. So he starts feeding them Clark bars. What the
Are
hell
they
is that?
Clark bars or Zagnuts?
Oh no, it's Zagnuts. Yeah, you're right. Zagnuts. Which who's ever heard of that fucking shit?
Only
Anyways,
people that liked them in the 80s, I guess. I don't
I
know.
guess so. Maybe they were popular back then. I don't know.
Or maybe it's a fake candy bar because they didn't want to pay for
Is that a
product
year
placement.
old? Are they were they
Fuck off.
popular when you were, a teen? Anyways, okay. Okay. Anyways,
All
so he
right,
starts throwing these.
turkey
Which first
gobbler.
off, yeah, is that we can end this podcast right fucking now if you want to be mean. I'll just say right now. You want to start shit. I will end this podcast right now.
I
So
take it back.
just watch yourself, Miss Thing. You are co-host, all right. Anyways, so then which I just want to say right now, I would have been pissed if somebody threw something at me. This bear's all like, I'm gonna eat this Zagnut bar, and I'm all like, so then I like how after Chet gets what he wants, he's like, hey, watch the paint job. Chet, we're a little bit too far into this to be Mr. fucking choosy.
You
All
put
right.
the candy bar on the hood. How did you think the bear was gonna get it?
Exactly. I'm all like, Chet, you need to calm it down. Okay, so then the bear gets up there, and then finally he's just all they're starting.
And there's another one on the roof.
Oh yeah, and one gets on the roof, and he's like, and then I love my favorite part is when he's like, they're all like, oh, I'm tired, and then he's like, okay, we're gonna leave now. We're leaving now. Bears don't understand you, asshole. They have no idea what you're saying right now. So he's like, we're leaving, and then I love the people next to him. They're just like, you are so fucked right now, dude. We're not watching a bear dump. We're watching a bear feast. Okay.
And I love how when they're driving away, Ben goes, are you allowed to drive with a bear on your car? And he goes, I don't know all the laws in Canada. And I'm like, you're in Wisconsin, I thought. Make up your mind.
Right. They forgot they were filming in Vancouver.
Mhm.
So one thing that we have missed in this whole thing is that
the meat of Cammie.
Yes. So Buck has romanced this local girl, Cammie.
Right. Because him and Ben meet her when they're playing pool.
Yeah, they're at a pool hall.
And he ditches Ben to go find the girl that he's just sexually assaulted unknowingly.
Yeah, unknowingly. He put his cue stick in between her legs and was like rubbing it back and forth. Which
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hot. I was all like, look at you. I was like, if somebody did that to me, I'd be like, hey, we're getting married. And then so what, okay, can I ask you a question? Yeah. What did you think of Cammie in terms of looks wise?
She's cute, like that 80s look to her, but her character's a whore.
Yeah, she's a total whore. When she starts talking about how she's never had a boyfriend for more than 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, you are the town slut. I'm like, why
are the town? Let me check out the new guys, because the guys that live here want nothing to do with me.
Yeah, exactly. And I just wanted to be all like, just because guys show up doesn't mean you have to fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just want to be all like, Cammie, you could have some standards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she starts making out with Buck like almost instantly.
Instantly, yeah. Like they're like she's his girlfriend. I mean, she didn't say it, but she wanted him to say it.
And we again have family members that we camped with and stuff. If you were talking to a girl that you met that was also in the campground or the camping community, whatever, that was just someone you hung out with. That wasn't your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
Exactly. But no, he's all like, she's like, what would you call us? And he's like, girlfriend. And I'm all like, oh, Buck, like, you're gonna fuck her and then you're gonna go back to Chicago. Like this is just a week long.
Eventually, one of you summer boyfriends is gonna get her pregnant, and she's never leaving this town.
Exactly. Which she wants to so bad because this place is terrible. Which I didn't think the town was terrible. I thought the town was charming.
Did you get her comment when she's in the gazebo and she says, "You don't know how local I am"? I'm like, I don't get that comment.
I don't get it either. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I had forgotten about it. But I remember while watching this, because I didn't take notes because I knew I'd have visuals, but I was like, what does that even mean, Cammie?
Yeah.
Like, what you don't know how local I am, like the local whore? Like,
Right,
what's
like,
going on here?
you're the teenage boy side attraction in the summer.
Exactly.
Like, I don't
Exactly.
understand that comment at all, and it boggles me every time I watch this movie and she says it. I'm like, "What does that mean?
What does that mean, Cammie?
Somebody
Yeah, exactly.
explain."
John, we need to have a talk about your writing, like, because I have questions. Okay. So then so while we're doing this, Roman is playing golf right here, which I just want to say this golf thing right here is way too close to this little go-kart thing, because while
Yes, because
he's
Chet and the boys are 10 feet away from the driving range riding
exactly.
go-karts.
Exactly. So while they're riding go-karts, which look like so much fun, with the
Love
hay and
go-karts.
I thought it was charming. I thought everything about this whole town was charming. I was like, I would go here for sure. So while they're doing that, right, he's doing that, and then he hits a ball, and it hits a tree, and then hits Chet right in the face or in the nose. And I'm all like, what are the chances? I'm all like, that sucks.
Movie magic.
Movie magic, exactly. So then we move over to, and
So
then
when they
well, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Well, then they did a horseback ride. Okay.
Yes.
And while they're horseback riding, I felt bad for Chet, because I'm all
I
like,
did too.
Chet does not deserve all this bullshit that he's getting, but I get it. It's a movie and they've got to have
Yeah.
it. Right? So while they're horseback riding, Chet's horse will not move. It's like, I'm not moving anymore. I'm fucking done. And then Chet gets off and he's all like, come on, boy. And I love the horse. The horse gives this look to Chet. Like, he's like, hey, I just realized I'm stronger than you. I'm not fucking moving. Okay, fatty.
And Chet, and we've seen this happen as kids with our mom that we love, go and get a switch off of a tree and
oh my
threaten
God.
you with
When
this
he did that, I was like, trauma.
Trauma.
Anybody? I remember
You're like, a trauma warning would be
like
nice.
the corners of my mind. Anyway. So he's like, I didn't want to do this, and I'm all like, oh, haven't we all heard that line before?
Right.
And then he goes to get a switch to hit, and of course the horse starts running, because the horse is like, oh, fuck you, fatso. and then we get, all of them are sitting there at this like barn. Or
No
whatever.
one's going back to look for Chet.
No one gives a shit about Chet, including his wife, and he's sweaty, he's dirty. I'm all like, he's sunburned. This is a movie, Vetta. This is a movie all on its own. They should have recorded that movie while they made this movie as like a behind the scenes or like an extra movie and everything. Because I was like, this is an easy 15-minute movie of what happened to Chet.
For sure. A little short. This would
a little
short.
Exactly. I'm all like, you could have been ahead of your time with the short movies.
Yep.
Okay, so then that night we get this scene.
I love this scene.
I love this scene too. It's so good. Okay, so everybody's asleep, right? And then all of a sudden we get Kate wakes up. And hold on. Sorry.
And she is losing her mind, screaming.
She's like, it touched me. And Roman's like, it's been touching you for 12 years. And she's like, not that. And I'm like, Roman, you naughty boy, you. And everything. And she's like, that. And they see a bat.
And he's like, it's a sparrow. And she goes, Roman, it's got ears. And that's when everyone loses their minds.
Loses their mind. Yeah, exactly. Which I just want to say, like, I get it that nobody wants to deal with a bat, but I would not have ran out like these people did. I'm all like, let's just go ahead.
So you know how my brother-in-law has a cabin in Wisconsin? This has happened to us. We had it was like a group of like 10 of us had gone out to the bar, and we came home at like 2:30 in the morning. We are all drunk, and there is a bat in the house. And the whole time, the guys are trying to get the bat out, and us girls are laying on the ground laughing because that's all we're going. We're like, this is like the great outdoor scene, and look at how stupid they're being. And we're like, where's the tennis racket and the fishing net, guys?
Right, exactly.
Because they have like a garbage can lid.
Yeah, exactly. Which let's just go. So the two men decide they have to go in, and they have to fight this. Okay, so they go out and they're in their armor, which again, like you said, I love their armor. I love that he's got a bat.
Wicker trash basket.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it. And I love that they've taped brooms and hockey stick or tennis rackets together and everything.
And they're
And so
wearing like tarps on their body.
exactly. Which I'm all like, you guys, come on. I think jeans would have been just fine. And I like how they turn off the lights because they're like
It's
they can't.
nocturnal.
It's nocturnal. I'm all like, you guys, it'll still fly around, and everything. So then while they're doing this, calamity ensues because the thing is just flying around, which by the way, you can totally tell this is like a little string puppet that somebody just had on their hand above everybody. But it was still so fun. I love this scene so much. I loved it. So
they're hitting the lamps. They're damaging the shit out of this cabin. They're not getting their deposit back.
They're denied. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I was like, you guys are gonna have. You guys are like the fishing crew. You guys are losing out on some money here, just so you know. So then they finally, the bat lands on John Candy's face, and
Roman smacks the shit out of his face.
The shit out of him, and he's all doozy, and the bat is laying on the ground, and he's all like, well, something's got to be done and everything. And I love how he gets the fly swatter. And I'm all like, and everybody's like, ooh, and I'm all like, was the fly swatter the final blow to the bat? Who's all like laying there all like a wounded bird and everything. And I'm all like, I feel like the bat is gonna be okay. And I feel like
if it's laying there on the ground, he's wearing gloves. He couldn't have just picked it up by the wing and tossed it outside.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I'm just like, this is so crazy, but at the same time, super fun.
So fun. Buck goes back to the drive-in that Cammie works at, and he makes a date. And because he's leaving in a couple of days, she's scared that he's going to ghost her and not say goodbye or anything like that. So they make a date, and he says, if I don't meet you, you have my permission to never talk to me again. So now they're going out to a family dinner, and I am not joking. In Wisconsin and Minnesota, there are a shit ton of Paul Bunyan themed restaurants.
I'm not gonna lie. I love everything about this restaurant. I love everything about it.
And there's literally a giant in northern Minnesota, a giant Paul Bunyan and a giant Babe the Blue Ox. And Paul Bunyan is so big that you as my children could sit
Bunyan
in his hand.
Is so big, you guys.
Right.
Huge. Yeah.
My kids could sit in his hand for their pictures to take pictures. So
yeah, I can sit.
You'd sit on Paul Bunyan's hand. Yeah, you would.
Okay. Let's get to this scene. Okay, so they're in this Paul Bunyan restaurant, right?
Yep.
And I love this waitress's pigtails. I just love everything about it. I love everything. She's
got the denim skirt. She's wearing a flannel shirt. She's got pigtails and she's 35 years old.
Exactly. I love the mugs, how they're like, they look like little wooden things. And I love how she's like, I'll have the bucket of salad. And he's like,
and the menus are giant pieces of wood.
I loved everything about this restaurant. I was like, I would go here in a heartbeat. I would love every minute.
A bucket of salad.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll share that with you. She's like, thanks, that'll help. And I'm all like, not in a minute, honey. It won't help at all. So then they ask about what's called the 96er. And she's all like, the old 96er, and she's like, that's our she's like, it's 96 pounds ounces, pounds. That's like a whole Backstreet Boy. Anyway, so 96 ounces of steak, and she's like, and if you or any of your party finish it, everybody eats for free.
Okay, so this is my problem with this. So she says that, but if you pay attention, when they bring out the old 96er steak and put it in front of him, which once again, it's on a big giant slab of wood, they do not bring the food for everyone else.
Oh my God, I thought the same thing, dude.
So does he have to finish his steak first?
I don't know, but when I was watching the scene, I was like, how come nobody else at the table is eating? Because I would have been like, listen.
And where's the salad? You were going to share the salad.
Exactly.
You'd think they would want to bring the salad out to fill you up a little bit so you couldn't finish this and get a $200 meal for free.
Exactly. And it was go ahead.
And does he still have to pay for the old 96er? Because she doesn't say He
That's a
gets his
great.
free. She says
Yeah.
everyone in your party eats
No,
for
I know,
free.
because I had a question. She says she doesn't say everybody in your party. She says everybody eats for free. And I was like, is that everybody in the restaurant? Because when they leave, everybody's clapping. And I was like, does that mean that everybody got free meals?
Oh, yeah. I was more of a, since everybody else at the table gets to eat for free, does he still pay for the old 96er? Because I could see that.
I would say yes to the old
Yeah.
96er because that's the way the restaurant's all like, well, fuck you. This is a $2,000 steak and everything. Okay, so while they're sitting there, they ask John Candy. They're like, "Oh, you want to give it a try?" And he's like, "Sure." And I love this lady. I love this look she's got here. He's like, "Has anybody ever finished?" She's like, "Oh no, not in my lifetime." Hold on one second.
No.
Okay. So
yeah, she's all, oh no, not in my lifetime.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, how long you been working at this restaurant?
Exactly. Oh, sweetie, those pigtails are from her teenage years. Okay,
they're just stuck, and she just never takes them
Yeah,
out.
she's yeah. Okay, so then we get the old 90. Like, I love how this freezer says the home of the old 96er. Like, people don't know. And I just want to say, this steak is huge, but it looks delicious. So they set it down. I'm going to tell you right now, I would try to eat this steak. I feel like I could take this steak out. Like, I mean, like.
But this is my problem with it. The chef stands over him. So I'm assuming he's the owner of the restaurant. And he stands over him watching him. And he eats all of it, but the fat and gristle. And the guy's like, nah, he's got to eat it all.
Yeah,
and
he's got to eat that dick.
I'm like, okay, that's really gross. Like, nobody eats fat and gristle.
Yeah.
You give that to the dogs.
Exactly. Hold on? Can I play you? Like, I won't play the sound, but I just want to play this part right here. Okay.
Okay.
Who starts eating like this? Who starts eating like this? Where they do this to their fork?
Sharpening his knife.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, with his fork, with his dull ass fork. Like, what are you doing right now? What's going on here?
And that steak knife looks so puny for that.
So puny. Oh my god! Like, I was just all like, at least Logan's bringing you this fat ass Bowie knife. You know, they're all like, here, we know you need to cut shit with this.
They're like, this is one step up from a butter knife.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Like, it's so funny. Like, I love it. Okay. So then I love how he hasn't even started the steak, and these people around him are just all fucking like, oh, what's going on over here? So while he's doing that, this is where Buck checks his watch the whole time. Because
the whole time.
He is late.
And he does that weird 80s thing where you wore the face on the inside of your wrist, and he's checking it like that. And I'm like, oh, because it would have been so much harder to just look at the top of your wrist.
But he's so gosh darn cute the whole time.
Oh, so adorable.
Like, yeah, Cammy should have stayed around. Yeah, he's the dimples. He's so gosh darn cute. Okay. And the hair, like, it's all fresh. It's all coiffed perfectly. Anyways.
It's like Jake Ryan from 16 Candles type hair.
Oh, yeah, he's hot. Anyways, love Jake Ryan. Anyways, okay. So let me ask you, don't we all? Okay, let me ask you a question about this. What would you, okay. In this situation, Vetta, if you knew you were going to meet a hot guy at the bait shop, wouldn't you have just left? Wouldn't you have just been like, screw this?
I mean, I wouldn't have, because if I would have said,
get the shit out of this.
Yep, you are.
Okay.
No, if I would have said to our parents at a dinner out of town, even at home, if I would have said, can I leave early to go meet my friends? It would have been an absolute dead no. If I would have said a boy, oh, now I'm sitting in between mom and dad. They're escorting
well, yeah, it's because you're
home.
a girl. But at the same time, wouldn't you have just left though? Like, nobody would have noticed. And I would have, like, the whole time I'm just like, I would have left. I'd have been like, fuck this noise. I'm gonna go get laid right now. I'm gonna go get my dick
Either
sucked.
that, or was he really hungry? Because you're forgetting he hasn't eaten yet.
But he's about to eat some fish tacos. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll be fine at the bait shop. I think he will be fine. You know. So they're sitting here, and I'm just and here's Cammy. She's getting pissed and everything,
smoking her cigarette with her Pepsi.
Exactly, with her Pepsi.
Like, who drinks Pepsi?
And he's still eating. I love this guy's an asshole. Let me just say this motherfucker, this chef right here. First off, that hat is so fucking stupid. I hate that chef hat. And I love how he's just all like just standing there and watching.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, like, hey, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. I don't like people watching me eat when I eat a 6-ounce steak, let alone a whole 96-ounce steak. Like, fuck
That's
off.
what she said.
Yeah, it is what she said. She also said, oh. Anyways, okay. So all right. So while they're doing this, of course, Cammy's getting mad. She's squeezing the bottle. I love this part here, how Roman is like listening to something like he's a fucking doctor from the 1900s. And he's all, I love his face too, because he's like, it doesn't look so great. And he's like, it's digesting nicely. It's so perfect and everything. So that we're down to the last 2 bites. And
he's shaking like he's
oh my God, right. And like, yeah. And he's like, like, look at the sweat beating off his face. Like, get the fuck out of here.
The meat sweats.
Exactly.
So
like,
bad.
what is happening? Like, he should have ate that salad.
Face, like, he looks like he's choking on his tongue right here.
Right. So true. And I also love, he should have ate the salad, because the salad expands your belly. It makes you, or your stomach, it makes it bigger over like a hot minute. Anyways, so he finally eats that second to last bite, right? And they're all clapping, and he's like, huh, and everything. And I like how he talks to the chef, and he's all like, he's not done. And he's all like, listen, that last bite will go down. It might take a hot minute, but it'll go down.
That ain't the last bite.
That ain't the last bite. He's like, all that's left is gristle and fat. And he's all like, and he just gives him that look.
His eyes light up like,
hold on, let me see if I can
right.
hold on, let me see if I can find it. And he's all like, that's not the last bite and everything. And I love how when they zoom and look at his face, like, and everything.
His eyes right there.
And I like how Connie's all like, oh God, and everything. And I like how
she should have said, oh God, the minute that steak was sat down and been like, don't worry about it, honey. You can have leftovers. We'll pay for our meal.
Exactly. I would have just, I bet I'm in the same boat as you. Halfway through that steak, I'd have been like, listen, I don't make my kids eat their chicken nuggets when they don't want to. Why would I eat this fucking steak? Although that is a total 90s thing, how your parent, like a boomer thing, like finish your plate or you don't get up from the table. And you're all like, okay.
There are children in China. Starving children in China.
Children in Africa don't get meals like this. You need to finish your plate. I made this beautiful dinner for you. And you're like, all right, thank you for guilting me into eating. I'm full.
Later in my life when I'm fat and in therapy.
I still finish my plate to this day. Trauma. Okay. So and I love how he's like looking at this gristle and fat,
and
like
he's holding on to Roman's
like it's
jacket.
the devil. Like he's looking into the face of Satan right now. And I'm just all like, all right, okay. Listen, Chet, you need to calm. Chet, you are a drama. Like, I'm a drama queen, but melodramatic is your middle name.
And I love how Roman doesn't give a shit. Roman's like, I'll get a dessert down for him. Can we get some more free shit?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, a couple of hats for the kids. I'm like, fuck these hats, Roman. This restaurant sucks now. They're no fun.
I'm like, Chet's gonna have a heart attack in his sleep, and this is why.
Right. Yeah, he is. A heart attack in his sleep. He's gonna go into fucking cardiac arrest ASAP. So, all right. So then
they go back to the cabin. So obviously Buck has missed Cammy. And all that's left is her cigarette or her Pepsi can, which I'm assuming has her cigarette butts in it. Whatever.
Yeah.
So he misses that.
I just want to say real quick. I did when he hits the can, right? Because he's frustrated. It almost rolls into the lake, and I was all like, "That better not go into the lake, you fucker! And if it does, you better fish that thing out." But it didn't. Right? I was like, "Oh, look at you." Okay, go ahead.
So the family gets back to the cabin, and the raccoons, through this whole movie, raccoons have been getting into their garbage. And the raccoons talk, and you get the subtitles and everything.
Yeah.
So there's garbage all over the kitchen.
The raccoons really I didn't like the raccoons throughout this entire movie. I was like, this part's not fun for me. I don't like talking animals in real life, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, I don't think I don't know. I don't remember. I just
remember it was not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the subtitles are so you know what they're saying. Yeah. But my whole thing is they all walk in the door, and Roman says, look at the meat on that maggot, maggots on that meat.
That meat. Mm-hmm.
And Chet immediately runs to the bathroom, and everyone follows him. Did they not know what he was going in there for? And then the minute he throws up, they all run out of the house.
Run out of the cabin.
Dan Aykroyd, the way he
oh my God, so
horse gallops out
so true.
It's so amazing. It makes me laugh every time because
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, that's so
no grown man runs like
That's so good. So good. Oh my God, you're so right, Vetta. He horse gallops. Okay. So then finally we get, okay, so the men go on a fishing trip where they use slugs instead of worms. I thought this part was a little like just added in or whatever,
leeches.
but
They use
leeches, sorry, leeches. And they fall asleep and the leeches get on them, okay? But then we get a rainy day, right? And
which always happens when you go camping.
yeah, exactly. And I just want to say the way that these people act on a rainy day, I'm like, whoa, okay, so a rainy day happens and now you guys all of a sudden hate fucking each other? Like it's
they're like Jonestown mass murder with the Kool-Aid
they
on
are
a rainy day.
Exactly. It's like as soon as the rain started pouring, they turned fucking pissed as shit, right? Okay, so Chet is trying to get the fire going or whatever, and Roman's all like,
I defend Chet in this.
I defend Chet too.
Because Roman's pissed because it's taking Chet so long. And Chet's like, I'm trying to warm the flue. If you don't warm the flue, then you get back smoke through the whole house and everyone's choking to death. So I'm on Chet's side. 100%.
I'm on Chet's side too. Yeah. Yeah. Roman was being a douchebag. Like, I'm all like, Roman, I think you need to calm down because at least Chet was doing it. You're just sitting there reading the fucking New York Times. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. So he's like, oh, he's heating the flue and everything. So then Chet's all like,
well, the rest of the human beings in the room are freezing. Like he's being a total condescending dick.
Yeah. So then he's all like, you know what? He's all like, you know what, Roman? I don't remember anybody inviting you here. And then he's all like, and then Connie's all like, oh, no, not Connie. Kate's all like, you know what, Roman? I don't think they want us here. And he's like, oh, ding, 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 Connie, you get a prize and everything. And so then they finally, he's all like, and then I love how Roman was all like, we canceled our European vacation to come here.
We had a good one planned.
And you ruined our vacation. And he was all like, what did you say? I love how he snapped
snaps the little match. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And he's all like, what did you say?
That's it. You pushed me too far, fucker.
And he's like, and then I love how he's like, listen here, Chester. And he's like, don't call me Chester. And he like pokes him. I was like, oh, you poke the bear, Roman. You poke the fucking bear because I think Chet could take you. And everything.
Pretty sure Chet could take you.
And I love how, and you know what gets me about this whole thing, all right? So Connie and Kate are sisters. And you'd never know it, Vetta. You would never know it because they act like complete strangers to each other. Like when
they are not you and I siblings, like our siblings and us. Like, we all look like they're like my kids. Like mine, some of them look alike, but if you put all four of my kids together, you would not know.
Yeah, and they don't even
parents.
Yeah, and they don't even talk to each other like they're siblings. Like when they were talking about the rinse cycle and getting off on the rinse cycle, like jerking off to the rinse cycle, I was all like, you guys are acting like you're strangers
in front of the children, we might add.
Exactly. Yeah, I was all like, you guys, this is an inappropriate conversation for children. Like, I say inappropriate things like swear words in front of my children, but I don't talk about jerking off in front of them. You guys are going hardcore on your shit.
Right, exactly.
So, but
things like, have you ever seen Whiter White?
Exactly. I just want to say though, I don't think Kate is the best mom in my opinion. Okay, which I'll bring up that later, right? So then, and I love how I don't remember what he says to him, but she's all like, "Ooh, yeah, gotcha."
He says, "I'm the one with the Mercedes."
yeah, exactly. And I just want to be like, "Okay, big fucking who? Okay, who fucking cares?"
And he goes, "Is it leased? Is it paid for, or is it a lease?" And Roman says, "Are you jealous, Chester?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I love how Buck steps in. He's like, "All right, Dad." He's like, "Oh, bite the big one, Uncle Roman." And she's like, "Hey, don't talk to adults." And then she's like, "Don't talk to adults like that." And he's like, "Don't be disrespectful." She's like, "Oh, blow it out your ass," and everything. So then they
The
finally,
whole conversation about the blowing it out the ass, and then at the end where
right.
they're like, Ben, do you understand what's happening? And they're like, he's like, yes, Aunt Kate and Uncle Roman are buttheads. And they're like, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, so good. So good. All right. So then they leave. All right. But
Well,
before
before they leave, Roman cons Chet out of $25,000.
exactly, because he's all like, I love that when he goes, at our wedding, I was in the bathroom, right? And you were talking to, I thought he said his father-in-law, but
Yeah,
maybe he
says to Connie and Kate's dad. But then when he comes back, he says that
he's-
whole story about you and your brother in the John. I made it up.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Okay,
yeah,
good,
you
good,
did,
good.
because you can't remember your own fucking life.
Exactly.
You're terrible, Roman.
Exactly. So he's all like, you said, and I quote, I love when he said, and I quote, that Roman whatever is a fucking con artist. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah.
Anyways, but and I love how Chet all of a sudden gets a heart, and he's all like, I would have been like,
he's like, oh my god, I'm a tool. I can't believe I did that. Let me just give you all the money I have and take out loans and everything.
And it's like $5,000 though, which I was like, that's a lot of money, $5,000. Even if you're like,
it's $25,000.
Oh, he gave no. He asked for 25,000, but later on when he tears up the check, it's 25. It's only $5,000.
Oh, I didn't look at the check.
Oh, because he couldn't get the whole. Maybe it is. I'll go back and look.
I don't remember how much the check was for, because he said he couldn't write a check for all of it. He had to go to the bank and move some stuff around.
Right.
Which his wife alludes to in the car, because she says she wouldn't be surprised if that was Ben and Buck's college money.
Which I'm gonna go,
man, I'm like,
college.
You're sending 2 kids to college on $25,000. Can I time warp back to the 80s?
Exactly. I thought the same thing. I was like, my kids will be lucky if I have 25 grand for them for college. Like, I'm if they get $5 grand,
I graduated from college in the year 2000, and my degree cost $40,000 total. So
right on.
Just for mine, I would have preferred a nice 80s $25,000.
Right on. So okay, so while they're in the car, which real quick, going back to what Chet, if I was Chet and he was like, and you said that Roman is a fucking con artist, I'd have been like, yeah, crooked son of a bitch. I would have been like, yeah, I said it. And I meant it, like, bitch. I meant it. I meant it, motherfucker.
Isn't everyone in your career a crooked son of a bitch?
Now get the fuck out of my cabin, my cheap rented cabin, bitch.
Do you want to pay rent for while you were here to cover the cost?
Exactly. Get the fuck out of my cheap rented bat-filled cabin, bitch. My cheap rent bat-filled raccoon stealing food cabin, bitch. How about that? Okay, so anyway, so they're driving in the car, and she's all like, oh, and he gave you all that money to trust you, da-da-da. So then finally Roman gets a conscience, right? And he's like, I got to go back. And he's all like, I lied. And he spills the beans to his wife, Kate. And he's all like, we're broke, bankrupt, and everything.
Bust.
He's like, down, bust. Yeah. She's like, we're busted. He's like, our Rolexes are fake. And she's like, oh, and I was like,
oh, yeah. She freaks out and looks at her Rolex like, exactly.
And everything. And so, and then he's like,
and I go, and where she says, because when he goes, we're busted. And she goes, we're busted? Why didn't you tell me? Did you think I wouldn't understand? And then he goes on that rant of everything's fake. And she looks down at her watch and gasps. And I was like, yeah, that's why he didn't tell you.
Yeah, bitch, you can't handle the fact that your watch isn't real, let alone that you have no money, honey.
No money.
Yeah, you're gonna be washing whites for a while.
Yeah. And we should say this whole time they left their children in the car.
That's what I wanted to say right now, because the whole time this is going on, the twins are in the car, and I just want to be like, Kate is such a bad mother throughout this entire fucking movie. Like, I just want to be like Roman's all like, why don't my daughters look like me, or look at me like the way that Chet's kids look at him? And I'm all like, maybe because you guys are fucking bad parents, like all the way around. Kate might be around, but she's not there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she's just like living it up. She's
got them sitting at the table with her while she's talking about spin cycles.
Right, exactly. Okay, so then they get back. So the twins decide they're going to go on a little adventure, right? And they go down into these mines. And while they're doing it, finally,
they've been warned about earlier that they're not safe.
By Willie.
I don't know what a mica mine is, but they're old mica mines left back from before the war. I don't know what that means. I don't know what war.
Someone will tell us in the comments section. Anyway, so while they're doing that, the twins, they're all like, hey, let's go on an adventure in the rain, with no, supplies and shit. And they go down these mines, right? And while they're doing this, Kate, who is the mother of the year and everything, she's like, hey, where are the girls? I mean, like, did we just like leave them somewhere? Oh yeah, that's right, the car and everything. So then finally, Roman and Chet, they go out looking for the girls, right? And the girls, who are just fucking geniuses, they go down into this mine, right? And they're just all like, help, help, and everything. And then Chet and Roman find them. And I love how Roman's all like, Chet's all like, you got to go down there. And he's like, I'm not going down there. He's like, they're your kids. I'm like, oh, yeah, exactly. He's like, they're your kids. You're their father. For once in their life, be their father. And I'm all like, yeah, Roman, get down in the fucking cave, you fucking dick.
I was like, man, he's bringing out the big guns.
Right, yeah,
we watched another movie where it says, for once in your life, be their father. And the person like is shocked or whatever it is that we watched. And he pulls this.
Exactly. Yeah. So, okay. So
Roman mans up and goes down into the cave.
And then he's tired of waiting. I love how Chet's all like, I'll come back with some rope or whatever. Yeah. And then Roman's all like, I can't wait. Chet, are you up there? And I'm like, bitch, did you not listen to him when he was talking to you? So he did say,
I'm like, there has to be another way to get out of here other than this slip and slide.
There is, but there's a bear blocking the way.
But they don't know that.
They don't know that. They don't know that. So then he gets his daughters out and
he double piggybacks them, which every parent has done at some point in their life. If you have two
children,
isn't
it the worst?
Worst.
Like you're just like, listen, my knees are about to fucking break off right now. I can't handle this for too long. Anyways,
I'm about to have a sports injury and I don't play sports.
Exactly. So then Chet gets there with the rope and everything, which he's dropped like 4 times.
It's 200 feet behind him. It's just a hot mess.
Yeah. So the bear gets in there and
Roman and the girls have climbed out, and now Chet is pulling the bear out of the cage.
Yeah.
The bald bear.
The bald bear. And then while he gets out, the bald bear is just staring him in the face and everything. And he's all like, bear, bald bear. And everything. I'm like, look at you. I'm like, and everything. And so, and he roars. And of course, Willie hears the roar and he wakes up. Okay. And
what John runs back to the house.
Runs back to the cabin and everything. Okay.
And Roman and the girls are bone dry. They've been there for a while. No one knows
they've been there for,
Chet
which I'm all like, oh my God, which they treat Chet like shit, like with the horse situation, with everything. And like Chet's just, like a small piece of me was all like, Chet, just let this bear eat your family. Just let him eat it and everything.
Yes. He's been going so long. They're making sandwiches.
Exactly. So they're making sandwiches. He comes in and they're like, hey, they're all happy-go-lucky. Like, hey, we made up and everything.
Again, he's exhausted, just like with the horse. He's scared. He's freaking out. He can't breathe.
He's like big. He's like big bear. And
she's like, I'll make you want a big sandwich? All right,
a big sandwich. Yeah, I'll make you a big sandwich. I'll put 3 slices of bread and everything. You're like, oh, shut the fuck up, Connie. Anyways, so then everybody's like happy. And he's like, Big Bear chased me. And of course, the bear comes through the fucking door. And everybody just gets this look on their face like, oh, fuck me.
It knocks the door down and Chet is under the door. And the bear is on top of the door, like pushing poor Chet like he's a trampoline.
Yeah, and Chet's all like, Uncle, I give up. And I'm all like, what is wrong with you people? These animals don't speak English, you motherfuckers. Okay, so the bear does eventually get off, and Chet. Yeah, exactly. It tries
Wally,
to go Connie and Buck, and
I don't think he was going after Connie and Buck. I think he wanted the sandwiches.
Maybe, but like a small piece of me was all like, "Don't kill Buck. He's the only good-looking one in this movie." And then I look at this face on Roman's face and everything because he challenges the bear, and I'm like,
with the fireplace poker.
Vetta, can you hold on 1 second, please? My wife. All right, so So this bear is just trouncing through this cabin, right? And I love everybody's facial expressions during this whole thing. And so Roman
The bear just looks like he's just crossing the street. His face is just like, look, I'm a big bear.
Exactly. Like he's just like, hey, I didn't. And I love how Chet's sitting at the door, just all like, big bear, like the whole time, like Chet, you are not that traumatized. Do something.
Snap out of it, bro. Get your shit together.
So, all right. So finally, Willie shows up, right? And he's got the shotgun, which is the shotgun that the
lamp.
Shotgun that, the lamp, but
and I love that he plugs it in.
Yeah, I love that he plugs it in also. It's so good. And he's like, it's a lamp. He's like, yeah, but the lamp is loaded. And he tries to shoot, but then Chet's all like, here, give it here. Let me do this. I've done this before. So he aims at the bear and he aims right for his butthole, which I love. I love that he's like butthole time. And he shoots it, and he shoots the bear right in the butt. And let me just say right now, I watched this with my son. He and I both laughed so hard. This is the best scene of the movie. Look at that. Is the
butt
is
looks
disgusting.
Like Chet from Weird Science when he's turned into the giant poop.
It's so true. It's so true. Oh my god. Ew. That's such an unattractive ass. Like,
it's so bad.
If you were doing a doggy style,
moles or something.
Yeah, if you were doing a doggy style with that, you'd just be like, never mind, I'll pass. Like, it looks like from an alien movie.
You're like, I'd rather look at your face. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then I like how Buck's like, oh, right, and the bear is just like, and everything, runs away, totally bald on the ass now.
Both ends now, no hair.
Both ends, no hair. And then
the family,
they have reconciled. Yeah, it's the next day, and the family goes away. And long story short, the Roman family, whatever their last name is, they are coming to stay with the Ripleys in Chicago. Which I'm all like, didn't you all live in Chicago? But I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I don't care.
They live on the I think Chet says it when they're leaving, because Roman says, race you home.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Chet goes, race you home. That makes no sense. He lives all the way out in blah, blah, blah park or whatever. So, but my whole thing is what? They're going to go straight to Chet and Connie's house. They're not going to go to their house and get some things. They're not going to put it on the market. They're just abandoning it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm all like, whatever, this makes no sense.
And now Connie's all like, we gotta go, because if he gets home, he's gonna get the good spot in the garage.
Which I'm like, Connie, you do not have to let him have the good spot in the garage, honey. There's nothing that says that. I don't understand.
First come, first serve
situation. Exactly.
And did she give him a clicker? Can they even get in the garage?
Exactly. I love that you called it a clicker, because that is what it is. But I'm all like, you guys, I don't understand why you don't have to let them come to your house. You don't have to let them have the good spot in the garage. You don't have to let them do anything. It's your house. So, and then we get the end credits scene, which is during the credits, we get them dancing, which I loved this scene. It was great. So that, okay. Was there anything else about this movie that you wanted to mention before we wrap this sucker up?
I did. We never mentioned Gary or Larry from the bar, the guy with that Roman makes fun of his neo skunk hairdo.
Oh, Reg.
Thank you.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
Love so much when he's like, so hey, Reg, how many times have you been struck by lightning now? And he's like, 68, and they're like 6, and he's like 67 times in the head, and they're like, whoa. And I'm like, I don't believe Reg, because I think you die if that happens 67 times. And then later, right before the rainstorm comes, it shows him running for the hills, because that's what he says. If you ever see Reg running for cover, you know it's gonna rain, and I'm like, oh, so yeah, that's it. Is I just like the reg part too.
I like that part too. I just want to say though, Reg, I don't believe Reg has been hit by lightning. You want to know why? Because when you get hit by lightning, there's always a hole somewhere because the lightning goes through your body. And there's always like a burn wherever the hole is that the lightning went through.
Maybe he combs over it. Maybe
maybe. I feel like Reg should just be dead. Like, to be
I would say
honest.
after 67 times, yes. In the head,
Yeah,
there are people that
exactly.
get struck in the thumb and die. So
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume.
Yeah. So yeah, but I did like the Reg scene also. Yeah, so good.
But other than that, I'm good.
Okay,
I
but
love
Vetta,
this movie.
would you recommend this movie?
100%. This is a
Yeah,
great movie. You
so
watched
good.
it with your son. Just watching your son's reactions just probably made it
Yeah.
10 times better.
Yeah, it was great. The bear getting his butt blown off. We laughed so hard for like the longest time. He still talks about it. It's great. It's great. It's such a great movie. And it's like, even if it's not like necessarily like 100% believable, it's still such a fun movie. Like, it's like,
But the unbelievable things are still funny. Like
it's so funny.
and it's camping. No, everyone's got trauma and doesn't remember everything
Ain't that
correctly
the
when it comes
truth?
to
Ain't that the
camping.
truth?
So
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Okay, well, if you don't have anything else you want to say about this movie, I'm going to wrap it up and everything. Thank you guys. Yeah, sounds great. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. Now, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anything like that, if you could please leave us a 5-star review, you guys, it really helps us out a lot, and we would really appreciate it. You have no idea how much it helps us out. We also will be posting this video version of this to our YouTube channel, like I said before. So be sure to subscribe to us there at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, you guys, we do have a Patreon with plenty of different levels to suit any of your interests and everything. The link for that will be in the description down below. And the thing about the Patreon is we do movie series. So we do, like, we've done Jurassic Park, and we've done Scream, and we've done the Bring It On series. We just do whatever series that we're doing that minute and everything. But most importantly, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you
bye
guys.
guys.